Boa tarde, magandang hapon, good afternoon. David Paul here. I've been doing some digging here. The digging carries on, goes on. I'm digging a bit more depth here in order to improve the entrance, because you don't have to stoop so much and bend your head. Now, I know there's a lot of rubbish here, but I'm just blanking it out. I'm getting on with the job of digging. So anyway, as I stepped in, I thought, ooh, this is rather nice. Space is beginning to develop here. Okay, there you see that barrel thing there that was standing up, getting in the way before. Now there's a trench which is standing in. And gradually I'm mining away at this area in order to create space where everything can stand. At the back I've put up a temporary shelf there of a couple of A-frames and put my clothes on there to get them out of the way. So anyway, you come in, this is loose spill which I've mined away and I've got to dig out. And so I've got this standing room. I can actually stand here. At this point it's 6 foot height at the point where the supporting central pillar is going to go here. It's 6 foot high, so I won't bash my head on this roof part. But this part here has got to be mined out about 3 inches in order to make that match, because I will bash my head at this point. And so that's good. This has got to come down a few inches. All of this area that the bed is standing on, this big island now that's being created, has to go. This area that the stove is on, that's got to be mined away. It's a massive job, but it's getting easier because I'm getting workspace. You need some space to work in. Well, now that I've got this area cleared, I've got some space to work in. I have to sit up here on this chair, on this sort of cliff face edge here, whilst I'm eating my tea or whatever, or cooking over there. And that's very difficult. So, and this temporary bench thing that I put in here for putting cooking stuff on, that has to go because that's an obstruction. So what I thought is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the gas tank, which is now filled. I've got a new gas tank, and I'm going to move that gas tank down to here. I'm going to take the legs off this apparatus here, put it on the floor. So this will be the new bench height. Okay, that's the height of a bench that I can cook on there. And I'm going to mine back until there's no space left for it. And this space gets bigger. Now what I've got to do here, I need a little bit more space here in this gap here in order to get my chair down and put the chair here so that I can sit down here and then carry on mining here. Everything in this place is in the way. But I can't put this stuff outside, because the minute I do that it starts to rain and stuff gets wet and spoilt and ruined. So I'm not going to do that. So all I got to do is just carry on, keep digging. The weather's improving a little bit, so it's not so bad temperature wise at night. I have my hot water bottles now because I've got gas. I can heat the hot water bottles, and so I'm warm at night. Mosquitoes are beginning to return, so I'm going to I've got an old tent, the tent that I used to live in here, which is all cut up, the ground sheet's all cut out of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash that at the laundrette, and I'm going to drape that old tent over here in place of this, because the problem with this thing is if you drape it over the top of you, it's really stuffy and you wake up in a panic in the middle of the night because you think you're suffocating. And if you close it up enough, well, you will be suffocating. If you don't close it up enough, then you've got the mosquitoes biting your head. I've got this sleeping bag which I don't sleep in, but I put the hood part of it over my head to try and keep the mosquitoes at bay. But you toss around in the middle of the night and you throw the thing off and then they're in. So that's that. I got an invasion of rats last night they all ate some fat out of a pan which I was frying stuff in, so I've got to clean that, boil it out. If a rat gets in one of my pans, at one time I would have thrown the pan out, but I've got to be a bit less sensitive. And so what I do is I scrub the living daylights out of the pan, boil it, re-boil it, and then I put it on the stove and I burn it clean. So even if there was anything, a trace of anything, it would be carbonised. Not that the rats don't leave anything. If you weren't a fussy person, I guess you could get the rats to clean your pan, but that's a really gross idea. A lot of wood at the back there, ready to be stacked and put on the periphery of the cabin. No more soil collapses, everything's stabilising outside. I've started taking soil outside and piling it out there, and this part is really stable. Put some more in there later on. I've got to get rid of these bags. Are really heavy, and there's 4 of them down there, and they've got to be extracted and lifted up out here. I'm going to have to take them outside and put them outside. I'm not going to install bags now from the inside. It's far too high to lift them up. They're really heavy, so I'll have to put more bags in there to reinforce that wall area there. The door will be over there, which is basically where the sun rises, so it'll catch the sunlight of the early morning, and that's what you want. You want to wake up early. Worry about the evening later. At some time I'll put a skylight in the roof to let the light in, so it'll be bright in here. Be kind of like living in a yurt. They don't have windows, they just have one, if they ever do, in the doorway, and the rest of the light is obtained from the skylight on the top. So all going well, and it's becoming slightly more pleasant to live here in terms of having the space. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go outside. I've constructed a shower base of pallets and stuff that I can stand on easily without slipping, and I have that kettle there which is now full of warm water, and I can take a shower with that. There's enough water in a kettle to have a shower every day. So life is, as I say, summertime and the living is really easy. Well, it's not summertime yet, but we're getting there. And work-wise, progress, I guess I'm getting there as well. I've got 2 more, what have I got? I've got March, April and May. 3 more months left in this cabin, and it should be, in 3 months it should be wonderful. And then I'm off to the Philippines, and then you'll be watching my projects kick off over there. What I'm planning to construct. And that's it. So, Atilago, makita tayo sa kana. See you later. Jesus be with you.